The pawn moves first, baby, you got it. When square straightforward, you know you got it. It captures by moving diagonally. Just protect the king. Just protect the king. Just protect the king. Just protect the king. One king, one queen, two bishops, two rooks, two knights, two players, 8 pawns, one boy.
Hi, my name is Vicky, and I wrote that song to teach children the basics of chess. Figure it's the easy way, repetition, just saying how the pieces move over and over again. And it's being sung by my dearest friend, Alexandra Rhoda. And thank you for tuning into The Pawn Moves First, a conversational podcast about my quest to make a DVD of children singing and dancing the chess song. And then my grand scheme was to send it all over the country so kids can learn the game of chess to think critically. And this is our second Saturday at the Byram Archibald Community Center in Greenwich, Connecticut. And we're focusing on the chess blanket. But I want to give you some background on the chess song, and we're introducing the chess blanket. But I wrote all this up as a proposal for an after-school program. And it was to be for at-risk kids from 8 to 13. And the components of the proposal for the after-school program was us making a huge cardboard chessboard where the kids can basically step from square to square, white square, black square, as we get ready to play the game. Then when all the squares are in place and we count them out and we move around, they step on. We also are going to be making costumes, headdresses, the king, the queen, the rook, the pawn, the bishop. And while we're doing all of this, making the cardboard chessboard and making the costumes for the pawn pieces, we'll be listening to the chess song and singing it if we can, and listening to it all the time. Everything we do, we'll be listening to the chess song. Then when we have the costumes ready and the cardboard squares, the cardboard chessboard ready, then we will start singing the song and moving the way the chess pieces move on the huge chessboard that we made up out of cardboard. And then we would have a black team and a white team, just the same way that the pieces are on the board. And we would start playing games, but using the kids as chess pieces. So that's the components of my proposal. But I couldn't get the proposal done. I couldn't get any backing for it, anything. So when I left Mount Vernon and moved to Greenwich, I tried it again. I made a chess blanket and got my daughters. I was working after school, studying and doing stuff like that with my daughter's friends' 2 sons. And we were talking chess, and I was teaching them chess song, and we made a chess blanket. It wasn't as big as it was supposed to be, but we did it. And we sung, and I did a little video of them and it was great fun. So I tried to shop the chess song program to the Boys and Girls Club. They had the wherewithal, because I know it's basically sports, or the libraries, or the community centers in the town of Greenwich. It was the CCI. They had a lot of different teen programs and stuff for at risk. But again, um, the chess song program for kids at risk, 8 to 13, uh, it didn't go. So that's when I decided, well, let's make a DVD of children singing and dancing to the chess song, and then I can send it across the nation. We're focusing on the chess blanket because the purpose is clear, to get a DVD out of kids singing and dancing to the chess song. And though we don't have any kids right now, we can still make a DVD with the chess song. So we have the chess blanket, and we're at the Byram Community Center. This is our second Saturday, and here we are. We have no. Oh, I didn't need that one. That's an extra one. Oh, really? Okay, good. Well, you guys did a great job. But that's pretty easy. Yeah, Alex. I think.
Are we still being recorded?
Yeah.
As neighbors?
As neighbors. So we're waiting for neighbor Matthew to come to hold the camera.
All right. And is neighbor Alex coming?
Yes, neighbor Alex is coming.
Neighbor.
And
her son.
And her son Sebastian. That's me and my nervous laugh, and neighbor Marion and her daughter Linda, neighbor Linda. And we're, and like I said, getting ready, waiting for the rest of neighbors to show up. And okay. Is it? Yeah. Oh. We're putting up the chess blanket, we called it. Oh, we learned a little bit about the history of the center. Oh. It was some kind of factory, right? Yeah. And then it was a temple. Candy factory. Yeah. Candy factory. Yeah. Candy factory. Oh. Candy factory.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. That's us talking about the Byram Archibald Center, as I told you in episode 2, the history of it. And we're going on. Like I said, we're making a video. So now it's time for us, neighbor Alex, neighbor Sebastian, neighbor Linda, neighbor Marion, to sing and dance to the chess song, and that's what we're doing.
It's only that you're a good neighbor.
It's neighbor Marion.
Oh, you just dance? I'm not going to sing. Maybe I'll go just twirl around a little bit.
Okay. You have to cue me as floor manager.
Floor manager?
Yes.
Cute. She'll have to be cued in.
Alice.
At the beginning of the song, start dancing.
Okay.
I had it set on repeat on
Oh, you did? Oh, fun.
yeah.
And neighbor Matthew. I did something wrong, man. Maybe I should have been this. What am I doing over here?
I don't know. This
Pardon me, excuse me.
doesn't make sense to me either. You know better than I do, actually. You played more than me.
We're getting it together. We're trying to set it up how we're going to record the song and who's going to dance. And Miriam is going to be first. I think we decided to do it verse by verse.
13 weeks
Okay,
of
get
turnout
ready.
program.
Oh, get out.
Get ready. Go ready. Hey, wait. We got it together now. And I'm dancing in front of the blanket. Neighbor Marion, too many cuts. She got tired. I don't know what happened. Every copy I had skipped. So I think we do get to the part where we just go on. I'm sure I was really getting on their nerves when I look back like this now.
Wow! And I'm just getting into my groove.
If that is your groove.
We do eventually pull it all together, and it becomes the opening of the first season of Neighbors. But this is the process.
Vicky, we're all in trouble.
It felt good. And I looked so.
Hallelujah.
It felt good. Thanks, Alex, music director.
Okay, let's see if this sticks.
Okay.
Quiet on the set.
Quiet on the set. I don't know the words.
This is neighbor Linda dancing in front of the chest blanket. Neighbor Linda was the best. We had her only for the first season, but we had so much fun. So she sang the song and it starts skipping. So she says, cut, cut. And then she starts doing this great dance. And just a lovely woman. Just a lovely human being. Unbelievable. All the DVDs kept skipping.
Maybe it's just a little dust.
Okay, we're trying it again. And it's Sebastian. He's in front of the blanket. That's Sebastian and his mother, our songstress, Alexandra. Alex and Sebastian are playing the saxophone. Pretend saxophone. I'm dancing to this one. On the chess blanket, I'm showing you the directions um, that the piece is moving while I'm singing the song.
You got it. Crosses two squares in a straight line. In that one square, either left or right. Either left or right. Either left or right. Either left or right. The king is the most important piece, though not the strongest. He can move one square in any direction. If he is not safe, then you lose the game. King is in checkmate. The king is in checkmate. The king is in checkmate. The king is in checkmate. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Chess is an important game to me. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Champions is what you see. One king, one queen, two bishops, two rooks, two knights, two squares, eight pawns, one forward. Oh yeah, a little respect. Gonna keep on trying. I'll be the best, and I ain't lying.
Believe it or not, throughout that whole song, my greatest fear. Now, I contacted agents because it is based on, the chess song is based on Aretha Franklin's rendition of Otis Redding's song Respect. So Otis Redding is dead, so I found some kind of connection to him, but I was told that I am not using Otis Redding's words to the song. So then I started, like, for maybe 6 months before we even start recording anything, I was contacting different representatives of Aretha Franklin to say, I mean, I changed it a lot, but this is it. We're using this to teach kids the basics of chess. Is this going to be a problem? And you just keep leaving messages, and you just keep leaving messages, and no one calls you back. But finally, and the internet wasn't even like it is now. It would have been like easy peasy. But for me, maybe the internet has always been good. I just didn't have the skills to maneuver around it. So finally, I found some agent. All the documents are gone. This is like 11 years ago. And nothing. Who do I send it to? I followed her, tried to track her when Aretha Franklin was alive, where she would be in concert. Maybe I could go down there and see her, but I wasn't doing that. I really wasn't. I mean, what? Oh, Miss Franklin, hey, everybody's screaming at her. She's getting ready to do a show, and so it's not happening. So I just figure, like when I wrote this play, and I kind of fashioned it towards this famous play, and I contacted, I think French was the publishers, something French. They published the play. So I contacted them, and the gentleman said to me, he says, "Don't worry, honey. If the play starts making any money, we'll find you." So after a while, I gave up, and I said, "Listen, if the chess song gets out there and it attracts the family of Aretha Franklin, and they feel that it is too close related, that I'm using it to teach kids the basics of chess, I'll deal with it then. But until then, we're going to use this as a vehicle to teach the basics of chess." So I finished singing, dancing to the chess song. And then I think this is also the episode where we did our first I'm not a chess player. Um, I write programs. Um, I've done programs for the mentally challenged. I've done programs for adolescents. I've done programs with teens and adults. Um, and I just knew how to break it down. I just asked a lot of kids when I lived in Mount Vernon, what's stopping you from playing chess? What's stopping you? What's stopping? All the rules, all the directions, all of this, all of that. And I made it a fun, easy way using the song, the song respect, and the movement of the chess pieces. They fit perfectly, so I put them together. But I'm not a chess player, so I decided, even before we did the auditions, that, and that's why we have Josh there, that Josh would have moments where he would teach Sebastian some chess principles and then play a game of chess with Josh. And again, we have the chess song and we're teaching, we have the chess song, and now we have Josh teaching Sebastian, and we're filming.
What happened when you played chess with your mom? When you first played chess with your mom?
I forgot. Alex is interviewing Sebastian.
Really liked it, and I got so many pieces.
Didn't you beat your mom? Didn't you tell me you beat your mommy
Yes.
the first time you played? Because mommy hadn't played since she was a little girl and she didn't remember the moves, and you taught your mommy again what the moves were. And what about when you played daddy? Your daddy?
He beat me one time and I beat him one time.
Really? Excellent. All right. Is there anything else you want to say?
It's so wonderful because I'm looking at Sebastian now, but he just graduated from a military school. How awesome is that?
About chess that you like about chess?
I like how the moves are, and I really like it because it's really fun and it's really cool.
Okay. Okay. I have to take that part out. What we did with Josh was he didn't teach Sebastian on this day. On this day, Joshua sat down with me, Ethel, and Marion.
Usually ends up the queen is on the same. This one's white, so it goes on the white board.
Okay, so the white queen goes on the white queen.
Yeah, the queen goes on the same color as it is.
As it is, okay.
The king, on the other hand, goes on the opposite color as it is, and it's they're both next to one bishop.
Okay. So can I ask a question? If I was setting up on the other side, excuse me, ladies, I would take the king and queen, and where this queen is.
I'm reaching over Ethel and Marion, and I'm moving the pieces on the chessboard.
On white, right? It would be on black.
Yeah.
And where this king is on the black, it would be on the white.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. That's easy enough to remember. Okay.
Yeah. The queen is by far everyone's favorite piece. It's a piece that everyone would rather sacrifice anything else in order to protect, unless if you're really good with every other piece in the map. But normally, the queen can go any direction as far as it wants. Can't jump over anyone, but yeah, it's obviously the strongest piece ever, and yeah, that's the one piece that everyone uses the most often. There's a lot of different strategies for the queen, and I usually like to use it from the very beginning, but some people try to save it.
Ooh, the queen is the most powerful piece. She controls more squares than the others. Forward, backward, diagonally, any number of squares. Ooh, she cannot jump over pieces, but she can capture. 1 king, 1 queen, 2 bishops, 2 rooks, 2 knights, 2 players, 8 pawns, 1 board.
So now here's the coup de grace. I better stick to English. We're all dancing in front of the chess blanket, which winds up being the introduction to season 1. Thank you so much for tuning in to The Pawn Moves First. We have another Saturday, our last Saturday, at the Byram Archibald Community Center, learning chess, meeting neighbors, and having fun. Thank you so much for tuning in to The Pawn Moves First. And I'll see you next time.